Party people in the place to be, live from 58 Dream Street. We're James of the Games. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Exciting Saturday for a very particular type of weirdo because, oh no, I've lost my mouse cursor. What's going on here? Ah, hold on. Fancy meeting you here, Stimpinski. Okay. Ah, man. My USB's all messed up. So fixing that is okay, hold on. Arg. Okay. One sec. Okay, I've got my mouse back. I might still have to struggle because both the camera and the game controller, actually, I can see that the camera's still working. Hopefully the controller works too, and we're good to go. This USB hub of mine is very finicky about having its things turned off and on and new things plugged in. It sometimes just rejects. Yeah, and please do tell me about the board game you played, Stimpinski. Right now the chat is not showing up because I have not created it. Ah. I'm getting a message that says the last USB device you connected to this computer is not recognized and Windows does not recognize it. And now it says device is ready, but the device was already working. Okay, first I click on that and then pull the OBS over. Wait. Okay, we're getting there. Just a moment. Streaming Essentials, chat box, copying the widget URL, creating the chat. Now it exists, but it's not shaped right. Co-op deck builder. Ooh. Well, that's right up my alley, of course. All right, the chat might be just very ugly for today. There is a line break issue with the font I'm using. However, these are kinks we can work out in time. Okay. Okay. That's it. I think we're good to go. Make sure my headphone level is hopefully good. Nice. Okay. I'll fix the chat for next. Actually, you know what? There's got to be a better way to do the chat even right now. No, I'm not ready to fight with this right now. Wait, if I make the font size much, much smaller, maybe it looks a little better. Probably not. But let's see. I'll stop frigging around with it. If I made it much, much, much worse, I'll try to just restore it to what it was. Otherwise, I promise I'll stop and we'll just play a game. Co-op deck builder. I'm into that idea. Speaking of co-op deck builders, is the Slay the Spire game out yet? Because I bet I'd be into that. Okay. Oh, cool. I'm seeing your earlier chat message, Stimpinski, about like if you choose the dragons, you just have one super unit, but then you can have a bunch of minions. Neat. Yeah, that game's okay. I got to read about that for sure. Okay, I'm just going to do it myself. Well, The fact that I did not prepare the chat in advance is an issue here. It's just going to look hideous for today, and I'll fix it next week. Or next time I play, because it's not going to be a Sunday game. It's going to be a when I get to it game, which will be fairly frequent. All right, so here we are to play Wizardry Gaiden IV, the Throb of the Demon's Heart. A little bit of backstory here. Quite famously, the Wizardry series cool. So the deck building is kind of paired with like a navigational type board, like a tile based or grid based sort of navigate moving system. Little miniatures and stuff. But yeah, the Wizardry series, quite famously, is enormously influential on the development of the CRPG. It didn't emerge out of nowhere. From what I understand, there's a game from the Plato system where a lot of CRPGs, where kind of the CRPG was birthed. Oh man, that sounds so cool. And so there's this game called Oubliette for the Plato system, which from what I understand was enormous. Like the first Wizardry is almost like takes that as a base, and it's kind of like a hack / expansion of it. And but Wizardry was enormously popular in its day. If you look at the CRPG Addicts blog, it is like in the early games using his rating system of like how many of the elements of the RPG that I like are in this game and executed properly. That's a very evocative way to describe it, Stupinski. And so Wizardry, is so much more highly rated on the CRPG Addict scale than any game up to that point, until Ultima 3 comes out, basically, because it just puts so many of the elements of the CRPG in place so early in the development. It's a famously difficult game, partially because of a bug, where when your characters gain levels, they're supposed to most likely go up in their key stats or maybe stay the same and possibly go down in their bad stats, or like with a very slim chance of their important stats going down. But because of some programming bug, instead, just every stat has a 33% chance of going up, going down, or staying the same on level up, which makes it very hard to develop your characters. And then it has permadeath, and there's a bunch, like, this is a game that does a lot of cruel things. I've beaten the first Wizardry, and I beat it pure. I did crack at the end. After losing an end game level party the first time I went to the final battle, before a single one of them got an action in the final battle, I did break down and back up my next party before I went to the boss. So I did crack there, but I never had to use that backup because I won when I got to the boss, which is cool. Otherwise, I have never played Wizardry 2 or 3, which are kind of just like expansions or new scenarios to the base game. In fact, they don't even have a character creator in them. You had to beat Wizardry 1 and then port your endgame characters into Wizardry 2, which also is permanent death. So if they die, you have to go back and beat the first game again, or at least grind your characters up. A lot of cruel shit like that. Wizardry 4 is just its own beast. You don't need to really talk about that here. Wizardry 5, which came out like 8 years after the first one. Oh, cool. Star Renegades remains on my, man, I gotta get back to it list. I might have to like erase my save because I accidentally, I got this overpowered mid-level boss somehow. And then on top of that, every time you lose to a boss and get game over, the boss levels up and stays in the game for the next run. And so I think I've made this thing like invincible now. So I might have just started all over. But Star Renegades is a really good game. Wizardry 5 looks exactly like Wizardry 1, but they actually did change a lot under the hood. And I think it's a superior game for that reason. It also added NPCs that you talk to into the dungeon and like some quests around them, which is a mixed bag in Wizardry V, a game I haven't finished but that I've played a lot of. It's a mixed bag because tonally they're very, like, a lot of the NPCs are very goofy and the quests are stupid. And it kind of, like, the game itself feels so hostile and dark because it's so hard and because, you know, there's not like a bright, colorful graphics. So suddenly, like, meeting a guy who called the Mad Stomper who has itchy feet, or like the Duck of Sparks, and you got to do something with this magic duck. It's all very goofy, which doesn't really fit the tone. But otherwise, it's a terrific game. Meanwhile, Wizardry became very popular in Japan, along with Ultima, when these games were translated there. And oddly enough, you can see this in a lot of JRPGs. Your best sword is either the Masamune or the Muramasa. And the Muramasa is actually one of the best swords that a samurai character can use in Wizardry 1, which means that the JRPG trope of naming best swords after two famous Japanese swordsmiths is actually was inspired by an American game, which is kind of funny. If you have played Ultima, the early Ultima games, and if you've played Wizardry, then it is not too hard to look at the first Final Fantasy, the first Dragon Quest, and realize that kind of the core idea of those games was, what if Ultima and Wizardry were just both the same? Like, what if a game was both Ultima and Wizardry at the same time? Hugely influential on the JRPG. After Wizardry 5, the original developers were all gone from the Wizardry series, and the new people in charge who had started on Wizardry 5 overhauled the whole system and changed a lot about the gameplay mechanisms, introduced new classes and new species for your characters to be, added graphics, lots of different things that changed the game massively. And that carried on for the remaining 3 North American Wizardries, 6, 7, and 8. But in Japan, where a developer had the license to keep making Wizardry games, they like the old ways. And so they just carried on. There's a Wizardry Gaiden series, of which I'm going to play the 4th game here today, that started with straight adaptations, and then it started on the Game Boy, on the Super Famicom, Wizardry Gaiden IV. And there are Wizardry games coming out in Japan like as recently as the 2010s. There are more Japanese Wizardry games than there are American ones by now. And the cool thing, at least about these early Wizardry Gaidens, is that they go back to the old system, but with some cool quality of life things. And also, because the humor doesn't necessarily translate to Japan when they translated the original games, the tone of the Japanese ones is much more serious, which is all very cool. So we're going to check out Wizardry Gaiden IV, Throb of the Demon's Heart. And it's a neat game. I've created a channel points reward, which should be enabled and active. Let me know if it's not. Where at any time, anyone can redeem the reward. And the next time I'm in town, in the castle, I will create a character of your choice and I will bring them into the adventuring party. This game has permadeath, of course. So now, it is not recognizing my controller. That is a problem I'm having. So hold on. I gotta close this for a second. Plug my controller in somewhere else and hope it works. I'll just test it without loading the game again and again and again. It's not picking up my controller. That's frustrating. Me and Greg were using these on Tuesday, and they worked just fine. Okay, try it again. If I have to, I'll set it up and play with the keyboard, but... Okay. I'm going to vanish for a moment because I'm going to unplug this USB hub altogether and plug it back in. But my voice will still be here. I'll still be here with you. Hold on. Or I freeze. I'm frozen. Abra, I'm in here, sweetie. Abra's freaking out. How about something? Okay. Here's my face. Okay. One moment, please. I got no intermission screen. I'm just going to mute my mic for a moment. All right, sorry about that, but we're all plugged back in now. Hey, Squeaky, you gonna hang out in here with me? Hopefully it's working. It is, great. I fixed the controller by unplugging and replugging in the hub. We are ready to go. Full disclosure, I've played a little bit of this game before. In fact, at the start of the game, there are 3 dungeons to choose from, and I finished one of the dungeons before I was like, I gotta stream this. So I'm not going to start with that one, because from what I understand, you can do them in any order, and they change based on the order you do them in. So I'll save the one I've done before for last, in the hopes that it'll be an interesting experience with some novelty. But otherwise, like, I know nothing about the dungeon we're going into. I can't read fast enough, so I'll give all credit to the developers or the translators who did the ROM hack to translate this game when I am able to do so. So one really cool thing that I'm excited about for this game is that it has a full-on feudal Japanese theming to it. The sound, the graphics, everything. The enemies, at least in the first dungeon. It's cool. So, interesting thing about this is, except for the fact that I'm using a joypad and not a keyboard, the system here is basically just Wizardry V. For better and for worse. We'll see some frustrating parts with that. But for the most part, it's very cool and faithful, because the developers here are very fond of the original system. Yeah, so we got to create the party. If anybody wants to pitch in, please redeem that channel points reward and tell me what you want to make. But otherwise, I will make 7 characters if nobody interrupts, because we're going to have an adventuring party. But hey, all right, you're up first, Cedric. What would you like this character's name to be? We do have to do this in a frustrating order, where you'll find out who they are long after you've picked their name. For future weeks, I will develop something I can pop up on screen to show everybody the list of options, but we're just going to have to see it through the menu here. So yeah, we'll get a party of 6, and then we'll take them in, and then also I will create a 7th character in the Bishop class. That makes sense. So, basic idea of what you want in a wizardry party is we need 1 character with thief skills, and then the back row characters can't attack unless they have ranged weapons, which many of them can't. And so usually you want some spellcasters in the back, and then you want 3 tough frontliners in your 6-person party. The Bishop class is kind of like the Red Mage in Final Fantasy. It can use priest spells a bit. Dracon. Okay, Dracons have a unique breath attack. That's cool. I didn't use a Dracon yet. And they can resist special attacks. No recommendation here for what class a Dracon should be. Sounds like it should probably be a fighting type character. But we'll get there. I guess we've already named it Cedric, so I'm guessing we're going to go male. Here's one spot where I got to put my foot down. You can't have good and evil characters in the same party, and I'm probably going to start with good characters. Or, like, neutrals obviously can be in either. This does determine your class options. So like if you were thinking to do like a priest, I think priests can be good or evil, but not neutral. I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll create whatever. If it's a suboptimal party, ha. Okay, here are your options. Fighter. Fighter is exactly what it sounds like. A mage uses attack magic, of course. Thieves are thieves. Bards also have thief skills. And they can play musical instruments, they can fight a bit, and they learn mage spells. Bards are pretty cool. Rangers, archers that can use fighter equipment. And they learn alchemist spells. So there's 4 classes of spells. Mage, priest, alchemist, and psionicist. And I'm only familiar with 2 with the mage and priest. Because one cool thing they did here is that Wizardry VI introduced all these wacky species like dracons and fairies and felpers. And Wizardry VI also added 2 schools of magic. So they took the complexity of that stuff and they pulled it back to the classic system. I believe class changing I mean, we'll definitely be doing some class changing sometimes with characters here, because some of the best classes are just not available to a starting character. And I guess rangers have thief abilities too, so rangers sound cool. Haha, absolutely. Okay. So yes, this is okay. And then, how many, do we get to add 9 points here? I think. Yes. Oh, no. Wait. Okay. You can only add 1 point, Cedric. So, a mage needs IQ. A person who fights needs strength and vitality. And the thief part of you needs agility. So, you got options. But very limited. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to explore that kind of multi-classing. I didn't play far enough in the game. Excuse me a moment. Okay, and we're back. I'll get an intermission, at least an intermission window down here for next week, so you don't have to watch me speak silently. Yeah, we'll put the bard in the back row. So yeah, IQ. All right. Now, we will keep this character, and I think what'll happen now. Yes, will we train under this samurai for 3 years? We will. You'll just level up 3 times. 1 year has passed. Happy birthday. Cedric gains a level. Gained IQ, excellent. Gained piety, okay. Gained vitality, that's good. Come on, agility. Luck, okay. I mean, luck's probably important for thieving too. 4 hit points. 2 years have passed. Level up. Cedric gains level. IQ, piety, agility, luck. 4 hit points. And once more. Cedric, new spells. Very good. Gain some IQ, some piety, 7 hit points. Excellent. Stupinski? Well, I'll create a character while we wait. Might as well make a James. My natural instinct is to be like, well, James is a bard too. But no. Let's see. James can be... James the Fairy? James the Felper? That would be a serious challenge. I think I'm going to do a Felper. Resistant to cold. That's interesting. But high IQ. So I'll be the spellcaster. I'll be the dedicated spellcaster. Okay. Ooh, a choice to make. I have not done alchemy in this game yet. I feel like I should probably start with the hardest part. Because, okay, full disclosure. When I did play through the one dungeon, I looked at a walkthrough twice. I was looking at this general FAQ. The FAQ of the month for October 2023 on GameFAQs. So congratulations to the author. It's really excellent. I was mainly looking at it to look at the start and like, what are the schools of magic and stuff, but I didn't read carefully enough. So I got stuck twice in the first dungeon. Both times I went and looked at the walkthrough and it just turned out I didn't understand what button to press to get the pick lock option. And then also I didn't know, I was like, I know there's a secret door and I'm frustrated and I don't want to like search every wall for it. And it turns out there is a psionesis spell to reveal secret doors. So that would be useful, but I guess I'll go with mage. Keep it traditional. This is okay. All right. I have a lot of points to spend. So I'm going to go heavy on IQ and then give myself some vitality as well. And a little bit more, actually, more agility because I think it can be helpful to have your priests be low agility so that they cast healing spells at the end of the round. But I think with your damage spell, with your mage spells, you want to cast them early. All right. James, the Felper Mage. I will train for 3 years. Happy birthday to me. Okay, gains a level. Piety. Come on, give me IQ. I know I'm already at 17. Agility, useful. Could have used some vitality, but okay. And luck, 2 hit points. Gained a level. New spells, strength, vitality. Oh, come on. All right, 3 hit points. We have what I believe is traditionally referred to as a Vancian magic system in this game. Spell slots per level as opposed to magic points. IQ, there we go, 18. You love to see it. Piety, lost agility. Gained luck. But hey, 14 is pretty good agility. Awesome. Let's keep it going. Okay. Now, you know what? I'm going to skip ahead to making the bishop, just in case someone else wants to redeem the reward. You can, but it's not likely. And your higher stats are less likely to go down, which is very important because Wizardry 1 has a bug in the DOS version where they coded it wrong, and so it's just every stat has a one-third chance on every level up. I've had characters that like I created them, and then after 2 level ups, they no longer meet the minimum requirements for their own class. And I've never in Wizardry 1 ascended a character to the like elite classes because their stats just never get high enough. The only time I ever had a samurai was just a really lucky roll. For whatever reason, I call my bishops Gromny. And now I want him to be... I think gnomes have the best chance. He's not going to be a bishop. Like, I got to create him. And then hopefully the 3 level ups get him to bishop minimums. So I'll start him as a priest. This is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. I think the minimums for a bishop are 14 in each. So what I'm going to do is hope against all hope that I've put all the points in IQ. His 3 level ups will give him a net of at least 1 point each in IQ and piety. Otherwise, we're deleting him. Bishops are not really that helpful. The reason a bishop is helpful is not because you ever want to take him in the dungeon, but because they can identify items for free. Only suckers pay to have their items identified in the shop. Learn new spells, strength, luck. Damn it, Gromny. Strength, piety. Okay. Just get an IQ on this one. Nope. Okay. And let me guess. He's not qualified to become a bishop? He's not. Because, let me just confirm. Oh, 15 in both. Okay. Well, guess what, Gromny? It's time for the death and rebirth of Gromny. We got to do this. There's going to be some slogging in this game. But I am really, really fast at some of the slogging. Not as fast as I would be on a PC with hotkeys. Four points, but he rolled pretty well. He only needs to gain 1 IQ and 3 level ups. Okay, now just don't lose it on level 3. All right. Gromny the bishop. All right. So the back row is just missing a priest. I will name the priest. What's a good priest name? I'm going to call her Eve. Actually, you know what? Here's a good priest name. Mary. When I find myself in times of trouble, the time has come, your mom. I'll draw your attention to the channel points reward option to create a member of this party. I've pretty much filled the back row, but ultimately I'll do whatever anyone tells me to do. Marry the Raw Wolf Priest. I think mooks are supposed to be sort of like little monkey dudes. Like almost like the... I can't remember what they were called anymore in Ultima 7. Yeah. Okay, so she's the priest. I'm gonna juice her piety. I'm a big believer in juicing the key stats. Leave a little room for her to grow on her own. Give her a little luck. I think I'm okay with the priest being slow. You do not want your priest to die, so a little vitality is probably a good idea. Okay. Yes. Mary, the Raw Wolf Priest. Will train for 3 years. New spells, 6 hit points. No stats changed at all. Strength, vitality, okay. Come on, give me that 18 piety. Lost IQ, that's all right. Hello, Penguin question mark. Welcome. Okay, so what do I have now? We have Gromny the Bishop, who's not invited. He's here to sit in the castle and identify items and freak out sometimes. It's an annoying system, but sometimes item identification fails. And then you have to go back to the castle and back into the dungeon before your bishop will try to identify an item again. And then I've got a bard, which will cover us for a thief, hopefully. And a mage and a priest, so that's the back row. It's time to create a front row. Quite possible I'll just be stuck with fighters to start. If anybody wants to, just keep drawing everyone's attention. Eventually I'll stop plugging it this often, but there's a channel points reward. 500 points, and you can tell me who to make next. Otherwise, I think I will create a mook. And the mook's name will be Kiki. Hopefully mooks are good. High strength, vitality, and IQ. Maybe you could become a samurai. Samurais are fighters who can cast mage spells. Ah, she's a lady. Kiki, the lady mook. She's neutral. She just wants that banana. Eventually I gotta explore these other spellcasting classes, but I think for the front line, I'll go with the fighter. Hopefully maybe she'll gain enough whatever she needs to become a samurai right off the bat. I don't know. Put her strength up either way. And agility, I guess. I'll keep her. Train her for 3 years. Strength, IQ, piety, luck. 7 hit points. IQ, piety, agility, luck. Lost IQ. Well, I don't know. No, she can't be a samurai yet. What does she need? Oh, actually, she's good for the intelligence. She needs 4 more agility, though. So maybe, if we're really lucky, level 8 Kiki can become a samurai. Oh, man. But do not tell, the worst gamers in the world if I convert my female mook to a samurai. I do not want to get brigaded for being woke. Okay. The names are not important, and this is a permanent death game, so it doesn't even make sense to get attached to the characters. And yet, what will I call her? It's a lady, I've just discovered. I will name her Sasha. And I think I'm going to... You know what? Let's just have a boring human. Sasha the human. Oh, she can just start as a samurai. But again, please, don't let this get around the internet. Wait, what's a monk? Can knock out and learn psionic spells. AC lowers as level increases. This is from the school of lower ACs are better. I don't know if this is a good frontliner. I've never been a monk. Psionic spells sound cool. We're doing it. I am going to temporarily open that excellent FAQ I was talking about. Not to learn anything about how to solve the dungeons. but instead just to quickly check what the, how should I be distributing these points? So here I go. Classes. Samurai, Valkyrie, Ninja, Monk. Okay. Yeah, they fight. They need piety for their spells, I think. Let me double check that by looking at the Psionicist for a moment. Okay. I'm not sure. Oh, there's a page on magic. Very quickly. Psionicist. No, whatever. No news. Set that aside. Okay, well, I got 5 points to spend. I'll go with a little strength, a little IQ, and a little piety, because I really have no idea what I'm doing with this monk. We'll find out. Or she'll be slaughtered. Oh, wow. She's too good because of her, I think because I got bonus 20 to get the 3 years of training. Although that does mean she'll level up quickly from dungeon crawling if she's not slaughtered. Where are we now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So just one more frontliner. I'm going with an all ladies frontline. Got to pay attention to my phone notifications because at some point, at some point I need to run down and let in Danielle's visitors. What will her name be? Ivy. Ivy the Lizman? Why not? Takes all kinds. And she'll start as a fighter. Yeah, I guess this is okay. She's hardy. Sure. Yeah, she's got to train. Strength, agility, luck. Nice. Strength, agility. Nice. Lost piety, whatever. She's neutral. Gain vitality. Okay. We got a team. I'm excited, and I hope you are too. Let's go. To the tavern. This is the tavern, right? Benten Bar. Add members. The front line is going to be Ivy, Sasha, and Kiki. This is pure like habit, superstition, neurosis. What I always do for the back row, slot 4 goes to whoever's doing the picking locks and stuff, and then the priest, and then the mage. This might get complicated for me if we start changing into more specialty classes, but for now, pretty straightforward. Oh wow, that monk. Look at her. She's gonna die so much. But we're gonna do what we can here. Let's inspect them. Do we have starting equipment? Yes. We do. But it's not equipped, so let's equip it. Bow staff and a robe. Classic monk stuff. You know you're playing a game that's going to be rough on you when your character stats keep track of how many times they've died with the rip stat. Interesting thing, when you're in the character menu and you're looking at, say, character 2, when you exit, it puts your cursor on character 3. A little bit of, you know, quality of life. The sling, the leather armor. I don't know how much gold we start with. I can't remember. Oh, 100 each. I might see if I can buy Cedric a bow right now. Staff and leather armor. We'll start finding stuff pretty quickly. But we'll also go buy a little bit of stuff. Great. We're all hooked up. To the shop. This is not the shop. This is the inn. Do not need the inn. Daikoku's store. Okay, so. Wow, and the monk starts with terrible AC. She's got to level up. Hopefully she doesn't just get slaughtered. If she does, what we can do is we can swap her into the back lines and put the priest in the front line for some starter battles until we grind up some experience. Yikes. Okay. Cedric's going in first. Pool gold. So now he's got it all. It's probably the kind of thing they could have left behind at this point in the series. Just have a gold pool for everybody. But here we are. Bow and arrow. I guess I'll just do a short... No. Shouldn't spend all my money on a crossbow. But I'll get him a short bow. Exactly. She's an acolyte. She has yet to achieve enlightenment. She is on a journey for it. Or she is going to be ashes very soon. I think that's a good start for Cedric. You know what? No. I should focus my spending of money on the front line for now. I don't know what to do with the monk, because I don't think I should give her armor. Wait, whoops. Pool the gold to Ivy. Ivy's a fighter. Put a helmet on. Oh. Okay. Now. Get something that, like, makes sense. A shield. Jeez. Okay, just a buckler for now. What about some gauntlets? Nope. Leather gloves are expensive. Some boots? Nah. Whatever. Whatever. Ultimately, it's much more important to find stuff really in Wizardry than to buy it. Okay. Can we get a cool weapon? Blade of Biting, which I can't afford. Okay, no. Gotta find cool weapons that she could equip. Alright, Kiki. Kiki's already pretty well equipped. So she can have some sandals. Why not? Put some sandals on, Kiki. On your monkey feet. You would think the monkey is actually probably the mook, sorry. Would be the most capable of just doing it with her bare feet, but this is the choice I've made. I think, okay, whatever. I think we'll be okay. What's this again? Oh, the temple. Blessedly, I don't need any assistance. Then we go to the door. We're going to explore. So yeah, I've done the Tower of Stillness before. So I'm going to start with the Tower of Witchcraft. And hopefully, we'll be okay. Going in blind. I'm not going to draw maps Because one thing they did is they took the Duma Pick spell, and instead of having Duma Pick just tell you your coordinates, it actually shows you like a auto map of what you've mapped so far. It doesn't annotate encounters in like notable spots. So I probably will, in fact I should, before I do anything, get a notebook. Excuse me one moment. You know what? Grid paper is fine. Maybe I'll break down and start drawing maps at some point. Oh, hey, it's my Wizardry V maps. Torturous maps because Wizardry V threw out the idea of having every map fit on a 20 by 20 grid. Close the closet. Okay. Oh. Pencil. I've got a pencil, but I would like to sharpen it. All right, this is it. The Tower of Witchcraft. So I went to look up the plot, see if anybody had translated it, because there's no in-game plot. As far as I can tell, the plot is that the king wants us to find the 3 items from the 3 dungeons. At least that's the starting plot. Presumably some sort of demon with a throbbing heart will come in. Okay, let's equip. Because I know I bought some new things. I know that I only have 1 option for every slot, so I can do that. Oh, no, I don't. 2 options for Cedric in 1 slot. Everyone else, I'll just go through, get them all set up. Okay. Oh, geez. That time that I wound up limping away to look at a walkthrough that just told me press select to get the menu where you pick locks, I could have looked at the button configuration option. Oh, last thing before we get started. What spells do I have? Cedric starts with 1 mage spell slot, and his only spell is Duma Pick, which is usually what I wind up using my not main mage spell guys to do, at least in the early going. Mary has lots of slots available. She has, Dios is the basic healing spell. We'll be casting that a lot. Barrios is your basic cause harm spell. I almost never use that. Milwa is a light spell. Sometimes will be in the dark. And Porphic raises 1 or lowers 1 character's AC. I usually wait until I get the pre-spell. I don't know which level it's in, but there's a pre-spell called Ma Porphic, which does Porphic to everybody and persists until you go either return to the castle or step in an anti-magic square. It's significantly better than just Porphic, which is 1 battle at a time and 1 ally gets -2 to their AC. What are these? Calfo. Oh yeah, 95% chance of identifying traps. We'll see how the Cedric Bard does at identifying the traps. Because you can set off a lot of traps if you're not identifying them well. But usually the starter traps are a little friendlier. Montino will silence 1 enemy group, or at least attempt to. And Candy, if a whole party gets slaughtered and we're trying to find them in the dungeon, Candy will help us do that. Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that, huh? And then James starts with Catino, which is a basic attack spell, right? No, it's a sleep. Sleeping enemies take double damage. So targets 1 group, puts them to sleep. While they're asleep, they can't attack you, but they also take double damage. Halito, 1 enemy with a fireball. Duma Pick, much a better spell. Mages don't really come to life until they start getting group mass damage spells, like Melito. It's an upgraded Halito that hits a whole group. In the early going, that's pretty helpful. 1 to 8 damage isn't a ton to be doing to any tough enemies. And Solgraf is -1 AC to 1 ally. That's what Porphic is too, though, isn't it? I better make sure that I'm not just misremembering. Oh, -4 to only the caster. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Upon entering the room, you find yourself doting your own sight at the staggering beauty. Unlike the severe beauty of something like a castle, this room is instead a space of pure tranquility. Ivory white walls radiating a warm glow over all. The atmosphere is steeped in pleasantness, its simple beauty enough to mesmerize anyone. The wall to the side is marked thusly. Welcome to the land of the fairies. Cool. How's the, let me know how the sound mix is. The incidental music in the game is pretty non-obtrusive and it's pretty effective. So, we start out right away. 3 options. And there's something here. You see these little things on the floor? That just means it's an important square. Maybe it's a death trap. Let's find out. Oh, nothing? That's weird. If I press X to search? Nothing. You see, it makes you wait for the search. They don't want you just spamming search. Oh, right. I need to press A to kick the door. That was an introduction in Wizardry V that tripped me up for a while. I was like, what? You can't go in any doors in this game? What's going on? And there's a switch. If I press the switch, what happens? Oops. To press the switch, press X, the search button. Okay. I'll eventually stop bonking my head. Mercifully, this is not like Dungeon Master where you lose hit points when you bump into the wall. But how am I gonna... Okay. Putting the switch back for now, because how am I gonna know what it changed? Okay. An encounter. Oh, hold on. I'm being called. 1 second. Brief intermission, folks. I'll be right back with you and we'll fight these monsters. And we're back. All right. The monster surprised us. What terrible luck for our first battle. Well, hopefully, early game battles aren't usually like merciless. 1. Karasutengo. Scratches Kiki with claw. But it missed. Okay. One very nice thing about Wizardry battles that they kept in the transition from PC to console is they can go very, very quickly. For example, assuming this is a relatively low-level enemy, what I'm going to do is mash the A button, queuing up everyone to either attack. Ooh, the priest can attack from the back? Is she equipped with a sling or something? Whatever. Awesome. So we're just going to fight. 1 damage. Oh no, Halito. Cedric wildly fires. Missed. Ivy rends the Karasutengo. 4 damage. 2 hits for 9 damage. Kiki with her longsword. 9 damage. It dies. Eventually, some of the I'll be doing battles much faster than that even. And then sometimes you actually have to stop and be like, oh god, what are the exact moves I could do that could possibly get us out of this situation? We get money, no treasure chest to worry about, so no traps to be concerned with. I'm just getting the feel, I'm guessing, some symmetry here. Alright, we got switches all over the place. I'm not pressing any of them yet. Okay. Let me guess. This door is locked until I solve the switch puzzle? It's locked. I'm going to start with the assumption. Actually, you know what? I ought to just try. Can Cedric pick the lock? No. But I'm guessing that's because it's a switch puzzle. Oh god, there's so many switches. Well, okay. Oops. What if I flip both switches in this little place? Is there something different outside of this place now? A pit! Well, that's terrible. Pits are just automatic damage to everybody. Although, relatively little damage compared to classic wizardry, so thank you for that, I guess. I'm going to test... It is still a pit, and Sasha is dead. Okay. We've learned an important lesson. That's a bad switch. I think. We gotta go back. Hopefully. That's a good start. Yeah. That's the correct feel for Wizardry. Oh, wait. But, you know, this is a game that's going to throw some frustrating aspects at us, including one person needs to have the money to pay. I think a level 1 character can be revived with the amount of gold we have. Assuming it works. Yes, okay. Murmur. Chant. Pray. And then invoke. Sasha's cured. Okay. Back to the tavern. Sasha back in the party. Back to the dungeon. So here's one of the very frustrating parts of the wizardry system, which is that your characters age, and also it costs a lot of money if you're trying to sleep in the inn to heal. It's a sucker's game. So the smart move is to laboriously manually heal. Fortunately, most of us aren't that damaged. This shouldn't be a pit anymore, right? Let's test it. Yeah. Okay. It's a switch puzzle. So if I've activated that switch, I'm not sure, because it very well could have been a part of, like, I don't know if Oubliette, a game that fed a lot into wizardry. This is not a pit. But okay, so the reason that we have the notable square markers here is because these can become pits for us. But they didn't. The door is still locked. Ah, possibly. Quite possibly. Okay, there. That switch puzzle wasn't so hard. Okay. For now, we're just exploring at random. More than anything, I want to step in squares so that when I cast Duma Pick, I get a good map picture. And I want to get in combats, so that when we go back, combats are the most likely to happen. There are random combats. In fact, the one fight we've had so far was random. But the most common result... I'm not flipping any switches yet. The most common time for a combat is when you go through a door. Although right now, this game is not demonstrating the truth of my statement at all. Okay. An encounter. 4 Yamawarashi. I know nothing of these enemies. The only familiar enemy I've seen playing this game was the Vorpal Bunny, which first time I encountered Vorpal Bunnies in the original Wizardry, I had a pretty good party going, and I was on a pretty good run in the dungeon. Encountered the Vorpal Bunnies for the first time. Deep dive on aging? No. I'm going to cast a spell. Oh, the Vorpal Bunny. No. I'd be fascinated to hear, though. Let's go with Melito. Let's put it all on the line here. Yawarashi casts Sios. Cedric is driven insane. I don't know what insanity does. Yawarishi hits Kiki with Fist, 4 damage. Sios. Mary takes 4 damage but does not go insane. Yawarashi hits Ivy, but it missed, and now we get to fight. So these things have high agility. Melito, 6, 2, 3, and 8. Mary, 2 hits, 8 damage, dead thing. Cedric fires wildly, kills a Yamawarashi. Ivy gets a kill. Sasha gets a kill. Great work, team. 240 experience. No treasure chest, which is a mixed bag. Like, you want to find treasure chests because they can have items. At the same time, I don't know if we have full confidence yet, or ever, in Cedric's trap identifying or disarming abilities. We're going to find out. Yeah, so ultimately we're just looking at another switch puzzle here. I'm going to keep walking around for as long as I can keep mapping stuff. 1 Yamawarashi. I noticed it's palette swapped, but I don't know if that's going to make any difference. I think we can just beat this thing down. We don't need any spells. Oh, I forgot to check to see if Cedric remains insane. I don't think so. No, because I think his maximum HP under the status column would be replaced with his status affliction if he had it. Oh wow, Kiki's all beat up. Whoops. I pressed X as though that would open the menu. I didn't even think of that. I only made the Lewis Carroll connection, which sadly I only made after it hit me once. And Snicker Snack took a... It was like, I took a hit from a Vorpal Bunny for the first time, and it was like 1 damage. And I was like, okay, great, that's not so bad. And then it goes, and the character is decapitated, and they instantly die. It's like, well, that's worse. That's bad. I wish that hadn't happened. Whoops. What button? B to camp. Okay. Remembering the controls. All right, Mother Mary. For Kiki's sake here. Hey, that was a good roll. We'll do 2. Okay. I'm a little disoriented, but that's okay. We haven't cast Duma Pick once. Yeah, all I really remember about the Vorpal Blade in Jabberwocky is just the phrase Snicker Snack. Stepping in the room, you're blanketed in a sweet scent. Interesting. And there's a spring filled with clear water. Seems the smell is coming from here. How strange. It's not water flowing into the spring, but booze. If I search, can we drink the booze? Oof! Gah! Ivy's been poisoned. This is not a spring of booze, but a spring of poison. That's bad. we have to retreat now. So, it's time to cast Duma Pick. It very much is, yep. So here's what we've explored thus far. Okay, the route back is reasonably clear to me, which is good. Sure does. Okay, so Tower of Witchcraft. Wizardry's a dark game, Stupinski. We have to doom one pig for every time we want to get a sense of where we are. On the first floor, I am going to note 08 Poison Spring. I'm not noting the switch locations yet, but perhaps I should be. We'll worry about that on Expedition 2, because right now, we can't cure anyone. Fascinating. Oh no. I didn't retain my mental map from the Duma pick. This is why you should probably draw maps. And yet, I'm not going to start that right now. Okay. Okay. This is fine. Now I've got it. I've really surprised myself in recent years by learning how to navigate first-person environments. Okay, so just going back cures the poison. Now, let's... This is the... Okay, I can do this pretty quickly. But we're going back to the Tower of Witchcraft. We're not moving at all. To use up... She only has one spell slot left. Dungeoneer 1. Wow. It's an illustrious pedigree. Well, there we go. Well, I know so much more about this now. Oh, wow. So they like it... They might have invented the idea of American game designers making 1 million Monty Python references for the next 20 years. All right, to the inn where everyone sleeps in the stables for free, because I don't want my characters to age and I don't want to waste my money. Janelle Jacques. Cool. Even the monk didn't get anywhere close to leveling up. Okay, so just get the spellcasters. 2 reasons that I care about the stables are that it's where you level up, or the inn at all. It's where you level up, and you got to go there to get your spell slots back. So it's kind of a flashback to Thank you for that history lesson, your mom. Yeah. This part gets less painful as we level up and get better healing spells. Good old ducks and donkeys. But yeah, very reminiscent of the Pool of Radiance experience. Listen, this may be a silly thing to believe, but it is something I believe. I think games are important. So it's good that we have scholars out there learning what they can. But the history of a medium is going to be very weird and hard to track. Ooh, speaking of Pool of Radiance, Okay. I'm not going to worry about... Oh. I think the second in television D&D game... That's awesome. That's exciting. That AD&D game for Intellivision, I think the second one, I'm not sure. I think there's two, and I think it's the second one, is the first video game I ever played. I think that's... The way I would know is to look at a screenshot. Alright. Mary's got her spells back. Oh, you know what? Maybe it is Cloudy Mountain. I know there's mountains in the one I'm thinking of. All right, here we go. Back to the Tower of Witchcraft, but this time to actually explore. Not just to cast Dios a few times and head back. Okay. I think that's a fair bet. I love Pool of Radiance. Ooh. The main things we want right now are to explore new squares. We don't have these guys identified because we don't have the spell yet that guarantees. Sometimes you just don't get to find out what they are right away at the start. There's 5 of them. Oh, we haven't tried the breath weapon. Might as well find out. It sounds like an area of attack kind of deal. Oh, we got a surprise. Do we have a surprise round? So I can't cast a spell. You can't cast spells in a surprise round. Okay. Whatever these things are, they're pretty weak. Cedric spits acid breath. Oh, it's not an area of effect. Either way, it was a good attack, and it got the job done. I'm not sure what limits might exist on it. Okay. Blessedly, it goes both ways. When the monsters surprise you, they can't just all cast Tilt-A-Wait and end the game. All right, Cedric, what do you think? It wasn't trapped, so he just opened it. Great. That's a really good start to Cedric's thief skills. There's a real concern in the early going that Cedric is going to constantly ruin our runs because he'll be like, oh, this is an arrow trap or whatever. And we try to disarm it and then it goes, poison needle, Cedric is poisoned. And we have to go back. Yeah, my main objectives right now are stepping in every square, looking around, and then also getting in fights. Well, yes and no. Because what you do have at the beginning is the great RPG joy of starting with a mookish... Not a mook. We actually have a dedicated mook, and that's not an insult, on our team. But like starting with some goons, some jokes, and rapidly seeing them improve. The mook. Ah! So our guest was correct. Alright. Oops. I'm not sure if it's configurable. If it is, maybe I should consider making X the camp button and B the search button. 7 feet tall, magical, and from outer space. Although I don't think this game is incorporating that lore from Wizardry. But cool. Alright, Cedric. Duma pick us. This is coming together. I guess I will... Thank you for clarifying that. Let's start by finishing off the western part, and then I'll finish off the eastern part. Hopefully we'll get some fights on the way. We'll go back we'll level up, I hope. And once we've stepped everywhere, then I can start agonizing over which switches to press. Oh. We hate this place, don't we, folks? I wonder if one of the new classes has like a compass spell or anything that would just tell us what direction we're going. Gotta check every notification in case it's go down to the door and let in the guests. It's not. Rogue mushrooms. Well, I don't know what the story is with these. So let's just beat them up and hope that they die. Sedate Sasha with spores. So it's a light attack that probably causes sleep. But yeah, these mushrooms, they just they don't do things the way the other mushrooms like to. Whatever that means. Oh, we've made it back to the central area. So I'll head eastward, and we'll pop up a Duma pick sometime soon. One Fairy Ranger. Well, let's hope that we can beat her up before she does something mean to us. Nagra. Okay, a very weak damage spell. And the thing has like no hit points. A chest. Not trapped. The early game is not as cruel. Like, the deeper you go in the dungeon, pressing X when I meant, yes, thank you, game. You do the search and it's like, it's a fucking door, dude. That's a door. Okay. This is all clear enough, I think. We'll go through this door. Oh, another sweet scent. Oh, no. It's another booze fountain. And I don't have a note of my coordinates. Okay. All right. I gotta draw maps. I think. But I'll do it. I'm not gonna start doing them this week. But okay. Another fountain. Well, I gotta do another Doom... Pressing X. Another Duma pick. I've got 3 left. Just to get the coordinates. 23, 8. It's a spring. I don't know what adjective to put on it yet. So, hopefully these are just the 2 springs. And they're symmetrical. Because the other one's at 0, 8. I'm not going to drink from it right now. Oh, but have I done it? Have I now stepped it? Have I now stepped everywhere? I mean, not literally everywhere. Obviously, there are still some gray squares. But have I gone through every door, opened everything? Yes, I have. Okay. We're going to drink from this fountain. We're going to go back. And when we return, we'll actually start trying to hit some switches and note where they are and see what happens. But first, probably it's just another poison fountain. Hopefully it doesn't poison Sasha, who will almost certainly die on our way back. Hiccup. Ivy is stone drunk. Seems the booze is too strong. Okay, this is actually a booze spring. Why does that matter? Perhaps at some point we'll have a container we can collect booze in. And some NPC will be like, I need some booze. But for now, let's go back. I'll use every charge of... Oh my goodness. Okay, let's find out right now. Can I reconfigure the buttons? A and B can't be changed. Okay. Fine. Never mind then. I will just get used to it eventually. I mean, I was used to it when I was playing before. I'll get there. Can we get everyone to full? Oh, easily. Well, to the inn. We didn't find any items, so we don't have to start worrying about Gromny and identification and stuff. So, just down the line. Nowhere is close to her next level, but Sasha might be. Almost. Okay. Next expedition will level up Sasha. Nobody else can possibly be leveled up. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't say that. Ah. Yes, I should. Yeah. Okay. Great. Here we go. To the Tower of Witchcraft to start making note of where the switches are, and then pressing them, and then finding out if we die. Okay. I'm going to have to cast some Duma picks for now. I'll start mapping like a proper person. But for now, just continue building my set of coordinates. This is 2, 11. Switch. Very nice. Okay. There's one. I'll leave it unpressed for now. This is not systematic exploration yet. Because really the important thing right now is to get attacked by enemies that we can defeat. Now, I'm going in circles. Also, we got a pretty strong implication of symmetry here. Which I should confirm. Yes. So this will surely be... maybe 2211? $18.11. Good enough. There's 2 switches, and I know that there are switches in the southern quadrants. So I'll press down to do a 180. Encounters. More of these rogue mushrooms. I think we can fight these without worrying about spell slots. Although I will use Cedric's breath weapon. Yeah, it kind of seems like their whole gimmick is just putting us to sleep. Which would be a bigger problem if they had an ally with them. Who could do anything. That's a level up for Sasha. But we're not going to just run back just for her. Chest is not trapped. We got items. That's exciting. The only unexciting thing about that is it does mean that we're going to have to use Gromny the Bishop. And go through that whole rigmarole. This is not a bad time to... We want Sasha to not die. And her HP is pitiful. Okay. Wait, so the southern areas are like this. There we go. Switch. I think there are only 4. And if so, great. 14-6. And that strongly suggests... Oh, place isn't quite... No, it is symmetrical. Ooh, I should check that other side, because maybe there's 6. But then we'll go over to the west wing. Okay. Good. Good. Now, this place isn't exactly symmetrical. That's close. If I press Y, I get this little mini-map view of my surroundings, which is helpful. Oh, no. Well, I forgot what I just said I would do. The exploration will go better once I start drawing maps. I wasn't anticipating a switch puzzle. Yeah, exactly where I thought it would be, and yet I still need to cast Duma pick. 10-6. Okay. So, I do want to look at 6-0, which I can get out by wrapping around and then taking the left and then going straight. And then, I think this expedition is mostly done because we can go and level up Sasha. No switch. I like that. Is there anything here? No. Mostly searching, find a secret door, or you're in an obvious, this is an interact with place. So just run around, get a few more encounters. 3 Kappa. So we, like, except for the Vorpal bunnies, which I guess, you know, it's Wizardry tradition. This game does have a very, like, themed bestiary. Like, we are definitely dealing with Japanese mythological figures and ghosts of and spirits and zombies of various, you know, Japanese themed personages. I've done the Tower of Stillness too, which was actually even more heavy. I've done that in the past, so like not in this playthrough. I'm saving it for last because I think there's a scaling thing as you complete the dungeons. I'm not even sure. But either way, I wanted to start with something brand new to me. Got 1 Kappa, one of them ran. Boom. But yeah, the Tower of Stillness was much more heavy on humanoids and much lighter on mythological figures. But otherwise, pretty straightforward and consistent theming. 5 toads. They're attacking first. Attacking Kiki, missed. Sasha, missed. Ivy, missed. 1 damage. Sticky fluid, but it missed. Okay. So the sticky fluid attack can immobilize if it hits. Hopefully that's not immobilized in the form of paralysis. That'd be frustrating. We don't have cure paralysis yet. Not much experience, but Cobra's Curse. I am real skeptical that that's the spell. So let's have... that's the trap. Let's have Mary cast Calfo. Trapless. Alright. Well, if you're so confident, Mary, open it. Yep. And we got a lance. Fortunately, there is a logic to the trap distribution. So, like, the reason I was suspicious of Cedric's identification there is that the Cobra Curse trap does not seem like it should be showing up in level 1 of a dungeon. Fairy Rangers. Well, I hope you like being dissolved with acid breath. That went smoothly. Now we're mostly just running around crazy. Akasu Tengu. It missed. And we've killed it. I want some more. Come on. Throw another party of monsters that are hopefully easy at us. I'll hit them with the Melito. Just want to get some experience. A minstrel. A dwarven minstrel. Catino didn't work on any of us. Tried to put us to sleep. Now it's dead. Not bad for... Okay, geez. Give us a party of minstrels. As long as they all miss their sleep attacks. Okay. Back to the first wing. So I'm close to the exit while we... 3 magicians. And they're rawwolves. Dueling guitar solos. Okay, hopefully we get some kills. Yes. All of them is even better than some of them. But you worry about spellcasters, even at the low levels. They can mess up your day. Hey, there's a teleporter square, creating an eternal hallway. That's fun. The Bard's Tale 1 has an endless street that works on the same gimmick. All right, we're going back. Oh, I should have done all my healing. Okay. Do all the healing I've got left in the Tower of Witchcraft. Then we'll go level everyone up and do the item stuff. And then we'll have another... I think I can fit at least one more foray in. And we'll start messing with those switches. I would love to get another switch puzzle solved before we move on. Okay, everyone's at full. Sasha's going to gain a level, and hopefully that means her AC goes down a bit. And I hope her HP go up, but we'll take what we can get. How are we doing? We'll check everyone. Oh, that's a good sign. If the level 4s are leveling up, hopefully a bunch of them do. Ivy gains a level, strength, IQ, vitality, agility, luck, and 16 hit points. That's a big level up for Ivy. Sasha. Here we go. Piety. It's good monk stuff. Gained luck. 6 hit points. She had 2 levels up banked. I was hopeful once Ivy gained a level. Sasha, vitality, luck. Okay, I can live with that. 3, Lord no. Okay, looks like the psionicist aspect of the monk is not front loaded. Although she's only level 3. Kiki. Just piety. That wasn't a big level up, but you take what you can get. I think Ivy needed 4 more agility to become a samurai. So, hey, new spells for Cedric. That's great. Gain strength, piety, vitality, agility, luck. Could have used a little IQ if you're going to have new spells, but hey, agility is good. I think agility plays into the disarming of traps, but I'm not positive. New spells for Mary, very good. Only vitality, that's not great, but okay. And for James. Gains a level, new spells, strength, IQ, a hit point. Hey, 19 IQ. Smart guy. People told him that all the time when he was a kid. It messed him up. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. So, let's... First, we're going to do some inspecting. Because, yeah, Ivy has 2 of the items. But we also found, like, a flail or something. I think Mary has that. No, Kiki does. Okay. But at any rate, Sasha does not have anything to be identified. So we can drop her long enough to bring Gromny and identify these items. So, what else did I want to look at? New spells. Hey, he's got Malgref, which is a self-AC improver. We're going to be using those 2 slots for Duma picks. But okay. Mary's up to a level 3 spell, Dialco, which is Cure Paralysis, right? Yes. All right, that's good, because at this point, you know, until you have that paralysis, it's just like poison, and then it ends, you gotta crawl back now. And then we have Matu. -2 AC to the party, but that one doesn't go up and stay. But in an individual important battle, it can be useful. Okay, and what about James? Now I've also got Mulgref. We've added Sawgref. No, we've added Dilto. +2 AC to a group. So that's to the monsters, of course. That could be useful. Maybe. Kortu is like a spell defense barrier, and Kantios is a confuse spell. Interesting. What you really want are mass damage spells for your wizard, but hopefully those are coming. Sweet. Okay. Take a brief rest, Sasha, while Gromny comes with us. Back to the Tower of Witchcraft. And then we give all the items to our boy Gromny. Kiki had the flail, right? Yep. To Gromny, and now we hope that we can do this on one go. That he doesn't touch the item. If it says you touched it, he becomes afraid and he won't do it anymore. Okay, Potion of Dios. Probably just sell that. Actually, you know what? Not even worth selling, so I guess we'll use it at some point. Lance? It's just the lance. Flail? Failed. Ooh, your mom. Have you read the CRPG Addict blog at all? Because I think you would really, really enjoy, especially his exploration of like the... Yeah. And it's just a regular flail. Okay. So, I'll give the flail to the priest. I think that's the right idea. And can a fighter use a lance? Yes. I am Oh, and give the thing of Dios to, give it to James, because sometimes the wizard has nothing to do, and maybe at a critical moment it'll be good that he can cast 1 Dios. Okay. That went pretty well. Now I will equip Kiki with the lance. Wasn't specifically called out, but it seems like is the start of your mom's message for anyone watching on demand. Neat. Yeah, there are some of his posts where he gets into more detail on like, he rejects the idea that wizardry is just a like rip-off, or like it brings new things to the table. But it is, you know, it's doing its own thing with that. Oh, Kiki can't use her buckler anymore. Oh, yeah. And Ivy's already got a buckler. Learning new things. Cedric can have the buckler. Okay. Equip Cedric. Short bow, leather armor. Oh, he can't equip the bow and the... It's a sensible project. It's obviously like D&D is obviously a huge thing just because of especially the timing, just like D&D and also all of a sudden young nerds having access to mainframe computers at their universities is pretty essential in the... That's a big part of the alchemy. I kind of wish that Greg and I, in hindsight, had done more than just noting the years and had actually been going through the beat 'em ups purely linearly, but we've still learned a bunch of cool stuff in the same way. Like realizing where there are like breaks and where things are introduced. One striking thing with the beat 'em up is how very much is introduced in the very first one, Neketsuko Kunio-kan, or Renegade. How complete that game is in a way that many of its imitators aren't even. Indeed. Tower of Draga and another one. When we get to those, I have to actually dig out my Wii U. Oops. Moved the wrong person, but that's okay. Kiki and Sasha. And before we go, let's go to the shop and just free up a little inventory space. Not that it's super important yet. I'm really looking forward to looping back around. Ultima 2 has the worst reputation, I think, before Ultima 8. Alright, made a little money. Okay, that's fine. We're not really struggling for inventory space right now. Let's go flip some switches. We have 4 switches. In the first quadrant, it was... Oh. I think I'm about to go do something too. 1 second, folks. Okay, folks, our guests are here. I need to run down and let them in, so I will be back forthwith as quickly as I can. What? Let me create a makeshift intermission announcement. Using Germania 1 font. In a much, much smaller size. And I'll put it right where my face is. Or I'll put it right... Yeah, I'll put it right over my face for now. And then I'll mute the mic, shut off the camera, and be right back with you. And we're back. Okay. So, this is the last delve of the day because our guests have brought supper. And so I'm going to want to eat soon. But not yet. Okay. Oh, got to reorder the party. Ivy, Sasha, Kiki. Another part of my neurosis is that as long as if I have 2 fighters and 1 prestige class that is a front row, they go in the middle spot. And then bard, priest, mage. Yes. All right. Let's go to that second wing. Let's hit some switches and hope that it doesn't all come crashing down on us. Ooh. Not only did Sasha gain 10 hit points from those 2 level ups, but now she has an AC of 8 without having equipped anything new. I like that. Okay. So the switches are... I'm heading towards one of them. 5 dust mushrooms. I wonder. I mean, might as well start by just hitting them. Okay, they do spores, they put us to sleep. They die pretty easily. They don't do much damage. So mushrooms, generally so far, are not really threatening on their own. Not terrible experience for that. Sweet. I thought the switch was here. Maybe it just doesn't render until we've done the fight. We'll throw down a Duma pick in a moment if need be. Sparrows. Sparrows have the call for help option. But it didn't work out for them. One of them just ran away. Okay. What am I doing? We have more Duma pick to work with. Oh, I see. Just need to go over to the east. We're going to start with that one switch and see if it kills us, helps us, what happens. Glad about fights. Don't love being surprised. 3 damage to Sasha. The one we really don't want taking damage. It missed that time and now it's dead. End of story. Fairies are pretty good for experience, which is nice. We're gonna throw a Dios down. We have flipped one switch. Are we doomed now? It's considered bad to fall in a pit. However, it's comforting when the setup is familiar. Now this one, I could easily imagine the puzzle here not being as simple as the find the one right switch puzzle from last time. It could be a combo of switches. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'll make sure to heal the feebler ones. Ooh, 6 Kappa. We took the Kappas down pretty easy, but... Oh, and we have a surprise round, so I can't do Melito, but probably with a surprise round, we're not going to be taking any whatever the Kappas do. They're just going to die. Although there are major combats in Wizardry games, the traditional Wizardry system derives... Oops, I didn't do... Oh, whatever. I think we can do it without the spell. One of them ran away. One of them called for help. No one came. Yeah. Just 6 nerds. Very nice experience. I appreciate that. But it's much more about the accumulation of combats. And so as you get going, like, you start to have to make difficult decisions. Like, should I use one of my Malitos or my Madaltos to take out this party quickly to reduce the amount of damage we take? Or do I hope that we kill them and that our ACs hold up and they don't get a lot of damage on us in order to preserve spell slots? My understanding, although I haven't played Wizardry VI yet, is that with the big shift in the system for Wizardry VI, that they went much more in the direction of individual combats are what is hard, and it's fairly easy to get everything back between them. I'm not sure that's true, but that's my understanding of how it goes. Oh, rolled a 7. Dios can only heal up to 8, so you love to see that. And a 3. Well, whatever. Probably the pit won't kill us if it is indeed a pit. No pit. No pit. Door not open. Ooh. The fact that there are 2 spots that could be pits makes me, and there's 4 switches, makes me pretty confident that we do just have hit the 2 right switches. I'm going to go out on a limb to start and say that I bet the other switch is on this side. That we have to do an east wing switch and a west wing switch. In lieu of having a map yet. Oh wait, no, I can't do this. I can't map this in my mind with the coordinates because I don't know exactly where the door is. So, where is the switch? 10-6. Oh, just cast a Duma pick, man. 10-6. Oh, I was practically there. I'm betting this one will not be a pit, but this one could be, but it's not. But also the door's not open. Is it 3 switches we must hit? Are there more than the 4 that I've annotated? Tough to say. No pit. No pit. Door open. Nice. Ooh. We can ascend to another floor, but first. No pit. A pit. Duly noted. I probably should have just crossed it for now. But okay. No, not search. Yes, stairs going up. Thank you. I have 2 master's degrees. I know all about what stairs are and how to tell if they're going up or down. For now, 11-12 is a pit. So I'm going to head to the east wing here. And start exploring. To Fuseju. 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 Forgive my pronunciation. Because in time, she will not be weak. So I'm just rolling the dice while we wait for her to level up and get her AC down. One Fuseju down. 2 down. Beautiful. You love when the flying squirrels don't even introduce their attack to you. What is it, Cedric? It's not trapped. Free flail. A switch. Oh no. I don't think a pit would kill any of us right yet. The sign is broken and the words are faded. Okay, so it's not a pit at all. That square will always just appear to say, this is a notable tile. The sign is broken, and the words are faded, but you can just make out what it says. The Tricky Troop, limited time special performance. Well, that could mean an NPC encounter. That could mean a weird sort of boss fight, like a planned enemy encounter. There's only one way to find out. The days of merriment in this place are a thing of the distant past. Now it is nothing more than ruins, and not the lively ruins that follow a festival, but forlorn, empty dilapidation. Okay. What about this one? No descriptive text? Maybe if I turn to face one of the doors? House of Dolls. Well, let's do the side branches first. They're probably just single square rooms. Oh, there's a skewed sign in the room, but whatever was on it can't be read anymore. Is there something if we search? Probably just that text again. No, not even that text again. Rare Beast. Okay, we'll check the Rare Beast room after. There's a broken sign at your feet. Wonder of the world. Snake Woman. Is there anything else? Nothing. Is the Rare Beast a Snake Woman? If we go in there, do we fight a Snake Woman? Seems plausible. Okay, do I check the Rare Beast room or the House of Dolls room first? Let's do the Rare Beast. I think we're in good enough shape to handle even a moderately difficult fight. There's only one way to find out. On one side of the room, there's a decidedly old-looking urn. Okay. Can I take it? Something is scuttling around inside the urn. Whoa! The lid pops off and something flies out. An encounter. You surprise the monsters. One chimera snake. This is a serious fight. You can tell because the music's different. I like the way they did the battle music, where there's like a anticipatory combat theme while you're doing the menu, and then once you say engage and the round starts, there's the action theme. I haven't even tried having the monk hide yet. And oh, why not? Let's find out. Maybe in the first round she hides, and the second round she pops out and gets a one-hit kill. Probably not, but you never know. Do we have a surprise round on this thing? That's good. If true. Oh. Defeated the monster, 50 experience. That's it? Does the encounter reoccur? Yes. That might be important later. Let's enter the House of Dolls. Ooh. There are things of note. There are dozens of dolls lined up neatly. Their faces may be cold, but they're so well made, it seems like they could spring to life any second. The dolls are strikingly out of place in such a grim dungeon. Well, let's do a search and see if they spring to life. The longer you look, the more detail you see in the dolls. Oh no. Oh no, these aren't dolls at all. I bet these were people once. And the perfect condition they are in is simply unnatural. It is as if they are proclaiming that they have no concern for the dilapidation of this dungeon, but will swim against the flow of time, forever remaining in this place in the same shape. That's evocative. What's in here? The dressing room. We won't barge into the dressing room just yet. More dolls? In a place crawling with monstrous demons, dolls as pretty as these don't seem to belong. Gazing at the dolls, you notice something is off. All of the dolls are puppets except one, a single wind-up model. Without much thought, you reach towards the wind-up doll, when suddenly a voice yells out from behind the dolls. Don't touch that! A human shape jumps out at you. One doll master. Fair enough, okay. This guy's probably just gonna go down easy. Did you bet your life on it? $20 damage and he didn't die. He casts Seos, 7 damage to me, but I'm not driven insane. My Halito kills him. Okay. Big experience. Notable item or anything? Taking out the creepy old doll, man. You pick up the doll. Found doll. Well, that's going to be relevant at some point, obviously. Dozens of dolls lined up neatly. It's the same text as before. If I search, do I get the same text? Yes. Okay. What's in here? Another dressing room. All right. We're going to be bursting into dressing rooms once we Dios James the Mage. Nothing. If I search, nothing. Green Goddess might be appropriate. There's nothing green here. Okay, the dressing rooms are just weird empty rooms. Why are they labeled like that? Probably because there's some kind of weird environmental puzzle. I can probably continue... You can probably refight the Doll Master. Which if I'm ever reduced to grinding, I guess I would like to do. But for now, cool. That place seems like it's going to have more relevance as we continue to explore this dungeon. Alright. This is the only part of the East Wing that we haven't gone to yet. I think I'll save going to the second floor for next time. But let's head up this way. A switch. Oh, but this wing of the dungeon will go far to the north, and we're not going to explore the whole thing right now, I bet. Sparrows. These did not give us too much trouble. I keep not noticing when it's telling me that I have the advantage. I only notice because I can't cast spells. Come on, Cedric. A sling stone. That's a reasonable possible trap. So go for it, Cedric. This is so stressful in PC Wizardry because you're always trying to do everything really quickly to keep the game moving, but you have to type the name of the trap manually, and if you get a typo, you set the trap off. Ah, he was wrong, but not in a harmful way. He was just freaking himself out for nothing. Woo. Ah, giant centipedes. Bites Sasha with sharp fang. 2 damage. Crushes Sasha with long body, but it missed. And one of them runs away. Whenever you meet a new enemy in Wizardry, it's terrifying. What kind of terrible special attacks might they have? Treasure? What do you say, Cedric? Trapless? Bet your life on it? Hey, it worked. Ultimately, I would rather have him imagining traps on the trapless chest than confidently proclaiming the absence of a trap. And then being like, oh, I'm poisoned. We gotta go back, guys. Oh, hey. What's the shape here? I'm lost. And we're running out of Duma picks, so it's about time to... Okay, so... It seems quite possible that we can explore the western part without worrying about that pit, which would be great up until the point that we get the wizard spell Litophyte, which was a great addition in Wizardry V. In Wizardries 1 through 3, there's nothing to be done about a pit. You either know where it is and you don't step in it, or you step in it and you take huge damage. Lift a fight makes the party levitate. Okay. Switch. Not annotating the switches for now. You see a friendly group of fairy rangers. We leave them. What's the point of wandering parties of friendly monsters? Basically, they give you the option to change your alignment. Because if you have good characters and you fight them, their alignments will eventually change to evil. If you have evil characters and you let them go, same story. Which, like, mostly doesn't really matter that much. Except, like, you could screw up your party. Like, if one of your 6 characters turns evil, now they can't be in the party with the good characters anymore. In Wizardry 3, my understanding is the dungeon has a floor that only good characters can enter, or neutral, and a floor that only evil characters can enter. So unless you have an all-neutral party, or you have the patience to have 2 parties going at once that you created in Wizardry 1 and imported, you really find yourself feeling grateful for that option. Okay, we're going back and wrapping up, but I want to, set myself up for not having too much of a slog to get started next time. So we're going back. Go to the inn, everybody rest in the stables, find out if anyone leveled up. Almost, which means Sasha almost certainly did. At least once. Dare we dream twice? Vitality, 6 hit points. Okay, well, she'll level up again pretty quickly. But these, oh, and her AC dropped again. She's now equivalent of her much more heavily armored fighter friends. Kiki's almost there, but not quite. Why did Ivy get there quicker than Kiki? Cedric's not there because level up requirements are different for different classes. Still doesn't explain why the 2 fighters didn't get there at the same time. So close, Mary. Had I stuck it out on that expedition just a little bit longer, we could have leveled everybody up. Would have been more exciting. Oh well. Okay, heal everybody up. Only suckers pay to sleep in the inn to heal. This is still, like, fortunately it's relatively frictionless here. Casting Dios over and over again. It's a mixed bag in the PC version. On the one hand, like, because of hotkeys, a lot of this can happen even faster than I can make it happen with my thumbs. But on the other hand, you need to type the name of the spell every time. Now I'm a very fast typer. I write, from September through April, I write like at least 100 emails every day. Oh, I went back, but I didn't. In Wizardry 1 through 3 and 5, at least in the DOS versions, and it might be a bug, you don't need to stay in the inn to get your spell slots back. You just need to step back into the castle and then step out again. I'll do everyone but Kiki first, because if I can get everyone almost there, then I can live with Kiki being 1 hit point shy of her max. I think. Good roll here. No. Okay. Well, Kiki, you're starting next time with 30 out of 31, my dear. But I'm so dedicated, I'm also going to do my item identification, and then we'll wrap up. Quite possible that the experience is wrapping up faster for everyone else as I announce There's nothing left except watching me shuffle items around for the stupid bishop. Okay. Who does not have an item to be identified? Cedric. Alright. Take a batter, Cedric. Hey, Gromny! Gromny the bishop. It's the bishop in the Church of England, I guess. What the hell is going on outside here? Okay. We give the items that... This process becomes much more painful as the game goes on. Even as like the healing rigmarole gets much kinder. But this gets worse as everybody's inventories start filling up. Oh, whoops. I never equipped Mary with the flail. Hopefully she can also use the flail from the back row. I guess we'll find out next time. Indeed, your mom. Although, blessedly, it's a pretty quick process. In the, like, you gotta do it mechanically. It's tedious, but everything happens pretty quick. Like, there's not a lot of delay in your button presses. I'll do the non-quest items because I think the odds of him freaking himself out are higher with the quest items. Leather glove, failed, failed, failed. It's a flail. It's just a friggin' flail. Was that hard, Gromny? Failed. Oh no, you touched it. Damn it, Gromny. We obviously need the doll identified because that's clearly a quest item. So we'll return. If he touches it multiple times, I'll bite the bullet and just spend the money to identify it. The problem with paying to identify things is that it costs the item's selling price to identify, which you can use to get a sense like, oh, this, it identifies for 10. It's just a regular thing. I don't care. Yep, it's just a doll. Okay. And now, please distribute. Give the quest item to the leader, Ivy. Give the leather glove to Ivy. Flail, maybe Kiki would like a flail. No, she's got a lance. Maybe Ivy will like it. I don't know what's better. We'll have to find out through trial and error. But for now, I will keep Ivy with the longsword because it's just been working well for her. But add the glove, and her AC did indeed go down to 6. Slightly better now than Sasha and Kiki. Hopefully soon we get Morphic and everybody can go drop 2 as soon as we go into the dungeon. Alright, alright. Sweet. We go back. And we leave the game. I'm not sure why, except just that this is how you quit Wizardry in the PC game, that they felt the need to include this, but because the game is always saving. It's not like I had to do that to save. I had made sure the ROM was working before we started, and I went in and deleted the party that was pre-saved from whoever did the translation. And when you first start it up, it's like, do you want to play in Mania mode, which simulates the constant saving of Wizardry so that you, pardon me, can't gimmick it to get it to permadeath? And I will not be gimmicking it. Unless if the game gets like really brutal towards the end, maybe. But ideally, I would like to do this pure, and we will try our very best. Okay. All right. That was a great start. That was a great start. Awesome. Okay, so check it out. It's all the things that I said before, but I'll say them again. It's a separate video. Tuesday is actually going to be Friday Night Frosthaven. Greg and James Beat 'em Up's taking a week off, unless Greg wants to do it on like Thursday or something. I'll talk to him. Because Greg doesn't want to do it on Friday. He has to leave his home. He'd rather doing one from his own office is easier when he wants to spend most of Friday with his lover, which is very fair. Then, besides that, at some point we're playing more of this week. As soon as I figure out I can fit it in, I will do it. I'll put it on the schedule and I'll announce it in the Discord. You can join us in the Discord if you want announcements now and then and some casual chat about board games Stimpinski is playing or what I am drawing to put on the stream screens. And I guess if there's ever terrible news about my cats, I guess I'll share that too. I'll try to share some happy things about Abra and Astro. I have a lot of pictures I've curated. Share some of those. People like cat pictures. Yeah. And then next weekend, Saturday, back to Dark Sun Shattered Lands. Had to take yesterday off, but I'm very excited to get back to it because I'm loving that game. On Sunday, we're going to start Phantasmagoria, another Roberta Williams adventure game, which I'm intrigued to check out. At some point, maybe not this week, but if not this week, probably next, I'll be on vacation. And your mom, my first stream where I have to offer content / trigger warnings to the people. But I'm interested to check it out. Of the only FMV adventure games I played are the original Myst and Seventh Guest. So I'm interested to see what it is. Roberta Williams considers it her crowning achievement. We'll see. And then at some point soon, we're starting Ultima 7 Part 2 Serpent Isle. And at some point soon, I'm starting my retro game review show where I'll just play different games. And at some point soon, Danielle and I will start, hey babe, can we play this game? This vacation, I've pre-committed. I got no money to travel. We got nothing big going on. My family's cottage is gone. I can't go there. There's nothing to do. So I'm going to stream a lot. That's going to be my thing. And I'm also going to get in shape. I'm going to do stuff when I'm not streaming. But that's a whole separate commitment that nobody needs to worry about. But here, what I'll worry about is doing a lot of stuff and having a lot of fun. And so as much time as anyone has to join me, I'll be very happy to have you here with me. All right. Hey, if you stuck around to the end, thanks for sticking around to the end. If you came and you left, you can't hear my voice. I'm glad you stopped by anyway. So thanks for stopping by. And until the next time when we're in that Tower of Witchcraft together, debating whether we're ready to go up the stairs. Take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone you meet.